Christy Hartman here. I have a new set of stencils by pmartiststudio, and this is called Celestial Gateway, and they look like this. We are going to try and recreate this crazing, and it's done pretty simply. However, it isn't always foolproof, and I'll tell you that. But I do find that if I use Golden High Flow, that's when I more consistently get good crazing. So I'm just going to take little dabs of it and just lay it out on the plate. Very little, and that's it. And I'm going to take my 2-inch brayer and I'm just going to touch them and just kind of get them to dab around. This is not quite, but almost dry. So we're going to carry on for just a minute here. In my last video I showed you how to splatter. Same exact technique, same exact paint. This will have to dry before I can do anything else to it. Okay, we have this one. Let's pull it. These are 2 completed prints, and I want to kind of pump up the volume on these. I like this one, but I think it needs this enhanced just a little bit more. And then I'm going to show you what to do with how to seal the top of your print. So let's start out with, of course now we're going to work the opposite that we worked when we were on the plate. We're going to start with our darker. We're just going to lay in some dark color. And if I think that's a little too dark, which I do, just wiped some of the pastel off of my soft tool, and I'm just kind of blending it out. I think I'll do all of this dark first. And then I'm going to come back in with the light. And you might be wondering, how much am I putting on my soft tool? Not much. I am literally just tapping. Next, let's go with our medium value right here. I don't think I want quite as much of this. And my lightest value. These pastels are actually water soluble. You can actually take them off. Let me show you real quick. If I say, for example, I don't like this one, I just took a wet brush and you just wipe it right off. It's kind of the beauty of pastels. If I don't like that one, just take it off. Or this one. That one. Take it off. I don't like this one up here. So there's very few mistakes when you're dealing with pastel. Now this one has no pastel on it at all. This is a smaller piece, so I think I will use a smaller soft tool. I want to keep where I have this crazing because I really like that. I think I want some over here, so I'm going to go back into my darker value and I'm just going to lay in some kind of like that. Medium value. It seems to kind of enhance that crazing, which I really, really like. So you have all this pastel on here. Because pastel can be a little bit water soluble, which I just showed you, we're going to seal it. Now you can spray it with a spray fixative. I would say if you're going to use a Krylon, make sure it's a spray fixative that is workable. You don't want it to be a finish coat. There are some pastel fixatives out on the market which are great and I use, but the problem with them is you want to use them outside. It's cold here. I don't want to be outside spraying spray fixative. So I'm going to show you another trick. And I've got my 5x7 inch plate. I'm going to use a little bit of matte medium. This one is a Deco Art. This is a Blick acrylic gel medium. They both work just fine. It's whatever you have and whatever you want to use. I thought I would use this one first. This one is actually my favorite. The Blick acrylic works well too, and it's very inexpensive. Don't use a ton. You don't need much. Brayer it out. Lay it down on your print. You really don't have to leave it for any length of time, because I'm not trying to pull anything up off my plate. I'm just trying to seal the... There we go. Perfect. Okay, now that has to dry, and I can test it. After this is dry, I'll test it to make sure that my pastels are set. If they're not, I can do it again. What I don't want to do is leave this on my plate, so I'm going to get it off of here as soon as possible. And that's not wanting to come off. So, take my handy dandy little baby oil and rub it around over the top of it. It'll condition my plate while taking any remaining matte medium off of it. And any remaining paint. I'm going to do the same exact thing to this one.